Welcome back to another episode of Our Local TV. My name is Tim Fondrick, and I am your host, and I'm excited to have Russ Hedge here together on the show. Welcome, Russ.
Hey, Tim, great to be with you. And what an honor for me to be here.
Well, I'm excited because we've known each other for a long time, but at the same time, it's we've never connected in this format. So let's just I'll start with a quick introduction of you and introduce the topic that I'd love you to share with our audience, and we'll go from there. So
Sounds
Russ
great.
is you can find him at russhedge.com. Russ is a husband, a father, and a Christ follower. He loves people, and his purpose is to encourage and inspire you to live a purpose-driven life of significance. Love that. With over 30 years of sales and marketing success in multiple industries, he will help you connect with people, build community, and build your business. So if you're looking for a way to break out of the just trying to make it through the day mentality, Russ can help. So again, welcome, and just really excited to have you here. So, we are 16 days in to the new year, and I was just on a mastermind session with John Maxwell, John C. Maxwell. If you are you familiar with him?
Oh my goodness, I'm a huge Maxwell fan.
Yep, he mentors our mastermind group, and so we counted an honor and a privilege for that. But he was talking about the fact that the average New Year's resolution is broken or fails by day 17 into the new year. So here we are 16 days in, day 17. But you think about, a lot of businesses and community leaders, like, we all set goals to some degree. But one of the things I think I would love to hear more from you is I think in the rise of technology, we're doing this over Zoom. We're not even in the room together. With the rise of AI and all these different things, I think one thing that we're all craving is human interaction. Would you
Oh
agree
yeah.
with that?
Yeah. Well, it's amazing in a day and time when we are more probably connected technologically than ever before, we are less connected personally probably than ever before. And I think people are craving that. People want a little bit of the old school mentality. I write about it in my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, about how I grew up. And my mom and dad would take us places, we would go to the gas station, Chevron, because we knew that Al owned the gas station. We went to the Tradewell supermarket because Betty was our checker and Bob was the manager. We went down to get our hair cut at the hair place because Betty was the one that cut our hair. I mean, we would go to places for people to truly connect. And it wasn't just about, it wasn't just about getting through the day. It was about actually meeting, connecting, and growing with people and building community.
I love that. So, as we go into the year and as we're all setting goals and yet and more connected than ever, and yet, like, on some levels really lonely, like, unless we're making those authentic connections. What We talked about this a little before we started, but as people are craving that human interaction and craving authentic connections, I know this is an area that you just love to talk about. So
Oh
I'm going
yeah.
to let you kind of take it away. What are some things we can do to make authentic connections in our community?
Well, I tell you, I'm all about connecting and building authentic community, and it's people really want to know people. We talk about that know, like, and trust factor in sales and marketing, but it's really true for life. People want to know people, get to like people, and be able to trust people to be working together in life with them, living life with them. And the biggest thing is there's really 5 simple ways to connect with people. And I use this all the time, really simple, that will help people. And number one is just show up and start.
Hmm.
We talk about showing up and just getting started, because you know what? If you don't get the ball rolling, nothing's going to happen. So you just need to start showing up. You need to go places where people are, right? Get to where the people are,
That's a
the
novel
people that
concept.
I know it. It's really difficult. And number two is really to focus in and be intentional about who you want to connect with and the type of community you want. it is so important with my kids. I was always, my beautiful wife and I were so intentional about the community we would let them be around, because the community they're in forms their lives, forms our lives every day. So you get to choose your community. I always talk about live the life you choose, like in my book, the subtitle. I'm a huge fan of that. And people will tell me, oh, yeah, no, you can't live the life you choose. I can't control what happens to me. And I said, you're absolutely right. You can't. Life happens and then you choose. By the way, that's my follow-up book. Life happens and then you choose, because then you get to make those decisions based on what's going on with you. And then, so being intentional about the community you're in, though, is going to shape that focus and those, that really the direction you're going, because the people that you're around, what is, my good, let's see, I'm trying to think of the quote now off the top of my head. You're the average of the 5 people closest to you.
Right.
And yeah, who said that quote? That's the
Yeah,
test of the
I
day.
don't know, but it's a good one.
It's going to come to me. It's going to come to me, but it is a true statement. So I'm a huge fan of that. Number 3, really, you talking about authenticity. You need to be real and be friendly, right? You go out among people, be yourself and try being friendly, like try smiling and just trying to be who you really are. And you and I have been in enough social interactions together that that I am always just me. You get my smile, you get my happy whoop whoop. That's just who I am. Be real and be
And
friendly. And
taking
that
a Russ selfie, right?
there you go. Hashtag Russ selfie. That's it. That's it. So I mean, you need to just be yourself. That's so important. And that'll add value to others, because if your whole goal is to connect with people, then you're going to be adding value to them, because true connection adds value to all of us, right? And I have a workshop coming up. This isn't to advertise that, but it gives the idea. It's called Turn Cold Calling into Making Friends,
Mm,
because I'm all about connection.
mhm.
Go into a place and meet people and make friends. Don't try to sell them. Go in and meet people and make friends, because that is how life is better all the way around. The 4th point is to be present. Ask questions and listen. Novel concept. We have one mouth, 2 ears, right? Listen to people, be present in there. And that's hard for all of us. That's really hard for me, because with technology and phones, and I'm taking hashtag selfies and I'm moving around and seeing everybody, it's hard to be present. And you really need to force yourself to slow down and be present in the moment. And then number 5, just be consistent. So if you start doing these things, do them again. Do it again. Just repeat that process. Be consistent over and over and over. If you join a chamber of commerce, like you and I are both involved in,
Mhm.
and you want to get to know those people, you need to show up week after week after week. You need to keep doing the first 4 things again and again and again. Be consistent. That is going to truly connect you to others and build authentic community in all that you do.
Yeah, no, I love all those, and you and I, like you said, I mean, we're both, really involved with community and chamber and church and different things. What do you like? How do you help somebody overcome? I mean, there's a couple things, right? I mean, we all have different personalities. We all have, I mean, levels of or spectrum of where we fit on extrovert, introvert, and for me, like I'm an introvert for sure, but I've been able to overcome that to build friends and build relationships, and then it's all about how I recharge. But
Right.
what would you say to somebody that's like, man, just making, showing up, being present, being in the room is hard for me.
Right.
What would you say?
Well, I totally understand that. Being building sales and marketing teams over the years, I've seen many introverts like you that have overcome that, right? That have overcome the not being outgoing crazy like I am, right? I am definitely an extrovert. I'm definitely the whole room knows I'm there when I show up, right? That's just the way I am. But not everybody's that way, but you can truly connect, but you got to do it in your own way. So my word to them is just don't try to be an extrovert. Don't try to do it like somebody else does it. Do it the way you do it. And that starts with one person. I always recommend to people, go to the wallflowers, Go to the people that are afraid to talk to everybody and strike up a conversation. They'll be so happy you did because they're there and they're hoping to talk to somebody, but they're afraid to do it like you. So go over there and just start talking to them. And don't worry about getting, my goal is to go into a room and touch every person in the room. I want to let everybody know that I was there before I leave. Well, that doesn't work for everybody. And if you could go make one new friend
Yep.
at an event or at whatever you're doing, that is a huge win right there. That's one step. That's 1% better, like James Clear says in Atomic Habits. That is amazing. And by the way, I oh my goodness, I just was going to tell you who made that. Jim Rohn.
Oh,
Jim
okay.
Rohn made
Yeah,
that
yeah.
quote. That
Yep.
I just remember that about the, yes.
No, that is fantastic. And I was just you something you said triggered me. I was looking for a note that John Maxwell said earlier, a quote, and I can't find it. Shoot, about like 1% improvement. But
Can I give you my favorite John
yeah,
Maxwell quote?
yeah, absolutely.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If you want to make true connection with people, whether it's in sales and business or whether it's just in life, care about other people, right? Care about other people, and then they'll care about you. If you want to build a community that supports you when you need it, when I had my cancer journey over this last year and a half and I needed support of people, I had spent so much time investing in others. And that's not to pat me on the back. I love doing that. That's just who I am.
Right,
But so many people invested back in me because I cared about people. And so people cared about me. And that makes a big difference when it's true and authentic, right?
right.
True and authentic. And John Maxwell would definitely be a
He's the epitome
definitely,
of true and authentic. It feels like your
yes.
grandpa or your dad,
Yep.
just spewing wisdom, sharing wisdom in such a friendly and authentic way. He's like my favorite speaker of all time. So
Well, I agree with you. And what do they say? You're within one person. One of my bucket list things is to meet John Maxwell. Our pastor worked with John Maxwell and still speaks for the
okay.
John Maxwell team. And so he's had dinner, he and his wife with John Maxwell and his wife. And I've got another friend that I've just been talking to that also Willie J, my friend out of LA, he works with John Maxwell. And I'm like, I want to go there.
Well, we had as I mentioned, he's mentoring our mastermind group. We actually met him in person in Costa Rica last summer.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Such an amazing thing. So 10 out of 10 recommend.
I
But
guess I got to join your mastermind group. There you
there you
go.
go. There you go. Well, so yeah, I think again, as businesses are going into the new year and we're making all these plans, and I mean, I think personally, I think just making that authentic connection and relationship will go so much farther than, I mean, I'm in the marketing and media business, right? You're a marketing coach, but our best advice is make authentic connections while you're doing your marketing, while you're doing your advertising, and so forth. So
Well, and it goes further than that, Tim, because it's not while you're doing it. I'm a firm believer that connection and community building is the foundation for any good marketing plan, any good business, any good life. And I say this over and over on my live streams. People need to connect if you want to have a joy-filled life, connect with people. God created us to connect with others. We were created to connect with people. That's what the human mind is all about, wanting that
right.
connection and people, and everybody does it differently, but
Yeah,
that's okay. Do it your own way. It's just like a new year, and everybody makes resolutions and they want to exercise, right? And so
right.
what they do is I'm going to copy what Tim does. He runs 10 miles and lifts weights for 2 hours. So I'm going to do that every day. That's my New Year's resolution. What happens? A day, maybe I could make it 2 days into that. I'm dead, tired, and I quit because
Yeah,
it's not what I can do. But if I did it my own way, if I walked around the block and I actually did some stretches every day, I think I can sustain that and then I can grow off of that because that's my way. That's what I can do and it's sustainable
yeah,
for me. It's not somebody else's plan.
yeah. Love that. I mean, find your path that works for you, and just authentic relationships are the core of any marketing plan. Love that.
Yep.
So, all right, let's wrap up with a little rapid fire. Just have some fun. I'm gonna throw some questions at you, but You live in Salem. What's your favorite coffee shop?
Isaacs.
Isaac's downtown, right?
Yep.
Okay. You go to Albany quite a bit as well.
Yep.
Where do you like to gather there?
Margin coffee.
On downtown?
Both. There's one on Santiam Highway and
Right,
one
right, right,
downtown.
right.
The
Okay.
owners are all good friends of mine, and
Okay.
yeah, I like to support local.
Love it. All right. You already mentioned John C. Maxwell is like your idol, right? Or whatever. What's your favorite book that you've read recently?
Okay, well, my probably one of my favorites I've read recently is Atomic Habits by James Clear,
Okay.
but my favorite probably all time, I have a lot of favorite authors, and John Maxwell is one of them, is Love Does by Bob Goff. And
Hmm.
Bob Goff is an amazing speaker and just a great man of God. But anyway, Love Does is just about loving people and about community. I mean, that's really what it's all about.
Love it. All right. Do you have a favorite cause or a nonprofit in our community?
The Alzheimer's Association. My mama passed away about a year and a half ago from Alzheimer's, and I've been a huge. She actually went through that journey for probably, I forget exactly how many, 7 years from the time she was diagnosed, probably something like that. But you know what? We found I'm my mama's son, and she was full of joy. We would sing and we would have, I called it hashtag happy moments with mama. And we would record little videos, and she has so much joy. In fact, if anybody wants to go to my YouTube page, just go to russreels.live and you can go to my YouTube page. You can look up way back at the beginning of some videos of mama, happy moments with mama. Amazing. And the Alzheimer's Association, because of my mama, and my dad had some dementia too thrown in there, has been my number one go-to on nonprofits.
Sorry you had to go through that, but through the journey, it sounds like there was a lot of joy. So
There was, and nobody likes to lose their parents. I've lost both of mine now, but you know what? There was the joy that both my parents were amazing. So I have so many good memories that, I'm just thankful to God for that.
awesome. All right. Well, hey, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, have coffee, build an authentic relationship, what's the best way to get in touch?
Well, you're all invited to do that. And russhedge.com is where you go. Russhedge.com has everything from my social media to my email, my phone number. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar. We can Zoom. It's all there for you. Everything about what I do with coaching, with keynote speaking, live streaming, live stream production. It's all there for you. I also have a LinkedIn newsletter, which is amazing encouragement. And there's a free download, by the way, on my website. It's called Transform Your Business in 3 Simple Steps. But what it's about is authentic connection, the 3 ways to truly connect to self, connect to others, and connect to success. So if you want more tips and help on connection, you should download that for free. And then they'll get my happy, encouraging morning emails on top of that. They're just short little ditties that help encourage you.
Awesome. So Russ Hedge, RUSSHEDGE.com. All
There you
right.
go.
Russ, thanks so much for being a guest on We're Local TV. Appreciate you. Looking forward to grabbing coffee soon and continuing to build a great relationship. So thanks again.
Awesome. Thanks,
And
Tim.
we'll talk to you soon.
All right. See ya.